What is up? It has been a minute, but we gotta talk about something, man. Because guess what? XRP case finished. Oh, sorry, I got a text. The case is for now. It's done. It's saying final conclusion. Could there be an appeal? I mean, I don't think that there could, but not putting it off the table. But I think it's fine. Main thing. There's been a lot of stuff that you guys have been missing. Yeah, well, really, I just been not here, so I'm gonna try to wrap it up real quick. Okay, so this is what you got. Right now, you got your economy, you got your stock markets, right? They're all in a little tissy fit, okay? And they're in this tissy because they're going to say carry trades with the yen or whatever. Like, I don't care what it is. It doesn't matter what it is. In '08, they said, we got all these, what was it? These tranches, these stocks that are linked to all these mortgages. It's always something. It's always something, all right? So that's the thing that you got to get. Doesn't matter what it is, but they got a problem. Okay, so when the Nikkei, when the Japanese stock market had its thing, had its moment, when it started dropping like crazy, it was because of that thing that they blamed it on. Okay, and here's why I say it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter because you are in a, this is my opinion. All this is my opinion. It's not financial anything. It's just my opinion. And my opinion, you are in, you're in a crash. All right, I'm just gonna be honest with you, because you're still gonna get bounces out of that. Okay, so market drops 26%, Japan, right? You have a bounce of 8%. Your market dropped 26%. You have a bounce of 8. If you're not good at math, even if you have a bounce of 8, what is the overall of the past 4 days? 17, 18? Does it sound like you're home free? No. Here's how I know you're home free. Warren Buffett sold all his, did the most selling out of any quarter that he's ever, just period. And you can go look it up. You can go find it. Okay. So he's selling all his stuff. He's sitting in mainly cash. And they come out with an article and they have the 8% day. And then we, corresponding, have a 2-3% day up. What do they say? Oh, retail, they didn't buy anything, but institutions bought it up. Did they say which institutions bought it up? Were they credible institutions? Or were they people that had to buy it up because they're the ones that are in the position anyway, so they got to make it look attractive. Right now, the real thing is liquidity. There is no liquidity. So this is why I make my XRP update, is because that token, okay, I know it's going to be worth a lot of money, but you got to understand why. Okay, what does it provide? It provides liquidity at a cheaper price, cheaper and faster. That's what it does. So all of a sudden, rate cut from US, Bank of Japan, interest hike off of 0%. That's why you get the carry. We'll go into that in another video, bro. It's not important. Look it up. The main thing, it really isn't important. Like, nobody cares, okay? You make money, you lose money. What do you care about? Making money? Okay. Look it up. Find out why the carry thing. That's not what I'm going to explain to you. What I'm going to explain to you is, all of a sudden, and there's a big problem for liquidity, the VIX 665, okay, in a day. When it gets up there like that, now people say it gauges fear. Yeah, it does, okay, but it, like, really is showing you that there's no liquidity. Okay, nobody wants to buy anything. I mean, and for good reason. Okay, just the other day I'm trading. I'm like, I want to buy a call on this, but I can't because it's like, it's just up there. Why would I buy that? Because it's going up, but then there's always this little thing in the back of my head that's like, hey, something like this could happen. Your wars, you haven't had anything really happen, okay? You haven't had anything really happen. Now, could this be a strategy on them? Could they be trying to attack it financially? Because who's going to want to invest money into that certain country's, businesses, if they think that at any point in time they can just be bombarded with whatever, and then your investment's gone or down? So the main thing here is XRP. All of a sudden, they got liquidity problems. Yeah. Originally, the SEC is suing you, or they want to get a settlement for $2 billion, and then you settle for 127 million, right? 94%, 93% down from what you were asking. And then at the end, you say, oh, Xrp is also not a security. Now, that's Judge Torres's final judgment. Okay? So, like I said, could there be an appeal? Yeah, there could. But, I mean, do I think that there's going to be one? I can't give my opinion on that. Because do I want there to be one? No. Can there be one? I mean, I feel like you can do anything when it comes to courts and whatever. Okay? XRP got a 20% jump. And you could be sitting there thinking, well, if it's over with, how come XRP isn't going up to $4? Just give it some time. Okay, because all that really does is when they do that, it's basically like, hey, guess what? Anybody that wanted to do business, don't make fun of my hair either. I'm looking at that and it looks crazy, but I'm trying to get it redone. Anybody that looks at that, give them a second to get things like, now that it's clean to go, all the partnerships that they have, Bank of International Settlements, JP Morgan, all those banks, Visa, all the Amazon, they can now use that coin. They can do whatever they had set up, ready to go. If they do, they can use it. So give it a minute. I'll give it a couple months. I'll give it a couple months. So right now, this is not a squeeze play. Okay, this is not. It's not any type of other plays that I've really been telling you about besides Wolf. It's just one of those things. Well, Wolf, yeah, subjective, but it's just one of those things to where, like, dude, it is a company that is starting out, and you got to watch them perform. And if that case is done, you're going to see them perform, and you're going to hear about it. And the reason why I think that it is done is because, again, you have liquidity problems in markets. They wanted to make it just like a Japan thing, but it's not. Because anytime the carry trade, if you look it up, it's basically like a loophole that you can go and you can buy stuff cheaper, right? You can. Would you rather take a loan out on something that you have to pay a 7% interest on, or 5%, whatever it is, compared to 0%? Which one are you going to pick? Not even as a person, but as a company. Which one are you going to take? You're taking Japan. So how many other places do you think, how many people do you think actually took that trade? And you know Wall Street and you know banks. So what do you think that they do? They overdo it. Why? Because there's no penalty really. Like if they get caught, they mess up, they blow stuff up. Have you ever seen any of them get like shut down? Significant people that are actually at the pinnacle of the situation get taken to custody that face repercussions for their actions? No accountability. There's zero. Okay, so that's my reasoning, and it's an assumption. That's fine, but it's a very, very educated assumption that there's a lot of people caught in this that are stuck. Okay, and they're trying to get people to come in and put their liquidity in there. And the reason why I'm making this video again is because I've been saying, when this gets to this point and they got no other ways to pump up that market, your plays, your GameStops, your, I don't want to say AMC because the core, but like, dude, anything that's heavily shorted, they're going to start picking it and let it roll because they want retail's money back into that exchange. Okay, because they need it. Because when the prices of those US stocks starts dropping and nobody's buying them, that's when Japan has to start doing the same thing that they're doing. Okay, and don't think that, oh yeah, they just had a little bit, but they unwinded everything already. No, you didn't. Some people are saying 50%. I get why you'd say 50, but dude, there's derivatives. Okay, and nobody knows what these derivatives are because a lot of them are hidden. Okay, swaps, all that is hidden. If you're asking me, and this is just a guess, and I'm just throwing it out there just because, I think that they've only unwound like 10%, if that. And that 10% was 26% on Japan. That 10% was like, what, 7, 5 here? Times that by 10. What is that? That's a 50% correction, is it not? Does that align with the drop that people are like, yeah, I could see a 50% drop coming. Everybody could see that or more. But it's always, you got to look in between. Okay? So maybe not 10, maybe it's 30, 38, 40. Either way, bro, you still got stuff there on the horizon. So I wanted to give you an update about that. And then everybody holding XRP, just give them time to work, man. Give them time to work because, like I said, it's not a squeeze play. It's a company. And liquidity. That's what their service is, providing liquidity. So let's see how it goes. Even with the supposed battles, wars, or whatever, one side can't use the one Swift system. There's a new system set up. Which coin are they using to do all those trades off of? Who is it? You tell me. You tell me. I'm gonna give you a quick update real quick of when I'm in. Toyota. I see Toyota going to 140. When, I don't know. I'll say between now and the next 6 months. Starbucks is another one that I saw. It's at $75. I see that going to around 30. And Wolf I still like because Bitcoin, dude, everything that happened, Bitcoin dropped 10%, right? Ethereum 26 or whatever. Ethereum I'm not really big on, but like I can see it going to 15,000. That's just a guess thing. But your Bitcoin, when that drop happened, Michael Saylor, that's his name. I just say MicroStrategies. Okay, BlackRock, all those ETFs. Guess how much Bitcoin they sold? Guess how much when it was down 10%? When the chart is looking like crazy. And this is why they're attacking you, because one, you crypto people, you guys are, I understand and I respect you. Okay, but you're looking at this like what you have is gold and the banks aren't touching it. And it is there to eliminate the banks. You are there. You don't even know why you're there. You don't know who made you. Okay? You don't know any of that. The only thing I can tell you is that those people that are in Wall Street that make it look the way that it is and get people to get out of a lot of their positions that are good are there now. Okay? And if you haven't seen it yet, if you haven't realized, oh yeah, if they're buying all this Bitcoin, why isn't the price of Bitcoin going up? If you haven't seen any of that or realized, hey, something's weird here, they're there, bro. They are there and they are messing with that market big time. But none of those guys sold any of that Bitcoin. Nobody. Matter of fact, they bought Bitcoin, okay, at record highs. So why are they buying Bitcoin at record highs when it's this price? Again, I don't know for sure, but I'm just saying it's a little bit of that. Okay, why are they doing it? You haven't got the pump that you wanted, right? So what's going on? What's happening? I guess we gotta wait to see. I will now be back giving you guys more updates for sure. I know I keep saying that, but like now is the time to where if there's nothing going on, I'm not trying to give you an update over something that if there's nothing going on, nothing's going on. Now you got stuff going on, and you got to give me time because I don't want to give you just ramblings or my inner thoughts. I'm going to give you some facts in there too that support some of what I'm saying, and then also at the same time, if it debunks some of what I'm saying, I'm going to say that too. But I haven't seen anything to debunk what I'm talking about. It's literally happening. So, Toyota, Starbucks on the short term. The dollar, I'm trying to mess with that, but I'm still trying to figure out which way it's gonna go. By just logically thinking, I'm thinking the dollar dumps. So I'm trying to get a position built in that. I'm trying to get a position built in that, a position built in Starbucks because it's just starting, and then I'm unwinding my position in Toyota. But I didn't tell you guys about that, but I still think it's gonna go to 140. But all right, that is my update. I'll be back with you guys the next time something happens. XRP people, you want a big battle, okay? Now you gotta sit back and you gotta let the company do what they do. It's like Tesla, it's like Bitcoin, it's like all that stuff. Could it take years? Yeah, sure. But that's why you load it up big. So when it gets up to $4 or $5, take a little bit out, fumble it around the crypto market because that stuff's gonna be booming, and then we'll see. But deuces.